Demonic roots, Marxism. There's a lot of content out there about Karl Marx and Satan. He was a man who literally hated God and wanted to destroy all religion and reverence for Almighty God. Like so many others who hate God, he turned against the faith of his forefathers. Like the evolutionist, he did not see man as a spiritual being with an eternal soul created by God. He aimed to reduce him to an intelligent animal that was simply the sum of its parts. Marx's family was originally non-religious Jewish, but had converted to Christianity before his birth. Marx and his surviving siblings were baptized into the Lutheran Church. As he grew older, he became an atheist and believed that theology must give way to philosophy. Instead of trying to analyse everything he wrote and spoke about, I just want to look at two of his poems. In his early poetry, written between about 1837 and 1841, Karl Marx used dark, diabolical imagery, including references to satanic pacts, death and destruction. The poems The Fiddler and Oulanem feature the themes of selling one's soul to the devil, with lines such as, "With Satan I have struck my deal." The Fiddler is a poem written in 1837 about a fiddler or violinist who sells his soul to the devil in order to bewitch people. Till hearts bewitched, till senses reel, with Satan I have struck my deal. He chalks the signs, beats time for me, I play the death march, fast and free. Interestingly, contemporaneously with this poem, there was a famous violinist called Niccolo Paganini, who earned the moniker the Devil's Violinist due to the astonishing prowess of his violin playing, which was often attributed to an otherworldly source, the devil himself. I don't know if this story had any effect on Marx, but it's quite a striking similarity. Paganini was particularly known for performing recitals without sheet music, memorizing everything instead, and could play up to 12 notes per second. People believed he had made a pact with the devil, because how else could he play the violin like no one else? The other poem I mentioned was Oulanem, which was written in 1839. It was in fact the first act of a play which Marx never completed. The titular character's name is an anagram of Manuelo, which is believed to be a reference to Emmanuel, one of the biblical names for Jesus Christ. The first act includes a soliloquy in which Oulanem laments mortality and the inevitable destruction of the world by God, and asks himself if he must destroy the world in turn in defiance. The weary wave roars onward, ever onward. Now quick, the die is cast and all is ready. Destroy what only poetry's lie contrived. The curse shall finish what a curse conceived. So we have Marx, who called himself an atheist, writing two poems, one about the devil and the other about God. The themes of selling one's soul to the devil and the destruction of everything by a cold, unloving God. Marx hated God, who he believed to be heartless and cruel. Marxism promoted the belief that what is central is man's economic situation, rather than his abstract philosophical or religious insights, dogmas, propositions, or concerns. Marx rejected the spiritual, so that all that was left was the material. I think that his poems show that in his soul he knew that he was being controlled by Satan. I find it interesting that in the New Testament, in the parable of the talents, the man who had only one talent, which is a sum of money, and hid it in the earth, gave the following reason for his action. Matthew chapter 25, verse 24 to 25. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee, that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. The 2 other men in a parable had made their talents grow, but this man did nothing with his talent, because, like Marx, he saw God as cruel and hard. Marx himself hated all forms of private enterprise and essentially devised a plan for a society where nobody could progress. This is the exact opposite of the life Jesus has for us. John chapter 10 verse 10. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. So thank you for listening. If you found this video interesting, you can find more information at prophecy-workshop.com.